Let's go Broncos! The heat is on behind the scenes at Dove Valley, and I've got some major updates to break down with you. We know that the Denver Broncos are laser-focused on building a roster capable of making a Super Bowl run, and that means head coach Sean Payton will need a squad filled with top-tier talent, versatility, and depth at every position. I've got the inside scoop you need to hear, but before we get into it, make sure you smash that like button, but only if you're a true Broncos fan. If you've been riding with this team for over 20 years, drop a comment saying, "Go Broncos!" My heart bleeds orange and blue. Let's talk about the name that's buzzing in trade rumors, Jaquan McMillion. With the selection of rookie cornerback Jaquan Barron, who specializes in the slot just like McMillion, the writing might be on the wall. Not because McMillion has underperformed, far from it. He's a valuable piece. But this league is about timing and opportunity. And if Barron is as legit as the front office believes, McMillion could quickly become one of the hottest trade targets in the NFL. Rumor has it the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers are already lurking, with their eyes locked on McMillion's availability. If Payton decides to lean into Barron's potential, the Broncos could capitalize on McMillion's rising stock and fill other roster gaps with the return. Now, switching gears to the backfield. There's been plenty of chatter around rookies Audric Estime and RJ Harvey. Can Estime really hold off Harvey when it comes to red zone carries? The answer is layered. Estime brings that power, that downhill punch you want near the goal line. But don't count Harvey out. Sean Payton's offense is unpredictable and creative. On a 6-yard line second down, you might see a traditional power set, but Payton could just as easily spread the defense out and let Harvey shine in a shotgun look. This versatility is exactly why Denver's run game could keep defenses guessing all season long. And speaking of versatility, let's give some love to the secondary, because it's nothing short of terrifying for opposing quarterbacks. Barron, Pat Surtain II, Riley Moss, and yes, even Jaquan McMillion form a quartet that could make this the best cornerback unit in the entire NFL. Add in safeties like Brandon Jones and Talanoa Hufanga, and we're staring at a potential revival of the no-fly zone. These guys aren't just solid, they're game changers, and they'll be crucial to stifling high-powered AFC offenses. Looking at players primed for breakout seasons, 3 names leap off the page. Drew Sanders, if healthy, has the tools to become a star linebacker. Audric Estime, again, has that momentum to take a big step. And then there's Bo Nix. Call him a dark horse if you want, but don't sleep on him. He's accurate, quick with his release, and most importantly, he's learning fast in a quarterback-friendly system. With Sean Payton guiding him, Nix could hit 33 touchdowns, 9 picks, and over 4,000 yards. You heard it here first. Nix might be one of the league's biggest surprises in 2025. Now let's talk contract extensions. The first player in line, Courtland Sutton. No surprise here. Quarterbacks get paid first, and the next in line is always the top weapon. Sutton fits that mold perfectly. After him, it's likely edge rusher Nick Benito and John Franklin Myers, both instrumental in disrupting opposing QBs. But Sutton is the priority. Payton knows that locking down a reliable veteran receiver is critical to Nix's development and to the offense's overall cohesion. On the topic of injuries and depth, linebacker is one area where Denver might still need help. Josie Jewell is gone, and the new core of Alex Singleton, Drew Sanders, and Jonas Griffith comes with some injury baggage. Singleton is returning from a torn ACL, Sanders from an Achilles, and Jewell's departure leaves a big leadership void. The solution? Add depth now. Players like Quan Alexander or KJ Wright have been floated as free agent options. If Denver is serious about competing deep into January, a little extra insurance could go a long way. And here's something worth watching as we inch closer to preseason, how Sean Payton manages the running back rotation. Last year, a fake quarterback battle may have slowed Bo Nix's momentum early on. Payton can't afford the same mistake again, even if running back is a different beast. The RB trio of Estime, Jaleel McLaughlin, and Harvey offers a unique blend of power, speed, and agility. But there's a fine line between unpredictable and inconsistent. Payton needs to find rhythm without causing confusion, especially with a young QB at the helm. So Broncos country, with trade rumors swirling, rookies hungry to make a name, and key players vying for extensions, this offseason feels more intense than ever. The front office has big decisions to make, and the margin for error is razor thin. The path to the Super Bowl is narrow, but it's there, and Denver is inching closer with every calculated move. Or maybe you're thinking, depth wins championships, and trading away a proven talent like Jaquan McMillion, even with Barron looking sharp, could be a risky move? These are the types of decisions that define franchises. And let's not pretend this is just a typical rebuild season. This team is playing for keeps. Sean Payton isn't here to coast. He's here to compete for a title, and every piece of the puzzle needs to fit perfectly. That brings us back to Bo Nix. Last season, the so-called quarterback battle might have been more of a performance art than a true competition. Everyone inside the building knew Nix was QB1, and dragging out the charade for 3 weeks arguably did more harm than good. But that mistake won't be repeated. This year, the offense is built around Bo Nix from day one. The reps, the rhythm, the leadership, it all starts with him. And with Courtland Sutton likely getting extended, you can bet the front office is building a stable, reliable structure around their young signal caller. And about Sutton, this guy isn't just your WR1. He's a culture setter. In a league where locker room leadership is just as important as production, Sutton checks both boxes. Getting him locked in now sends a message, not just to the fans, but to every player in that locker room. This franchise takes care of its core, and it's building something real. On the defensive side, we can't stress enough how lethal this secondary might be. Just think about it. Sutton, already one of the top shutdown corners in the league, now has a dynamic young partner in Barron, who could quickly climb the ranks. Add Riley Moss, who's shown flashes of brilliance, and McMillion, if he stays, who's battle-tested and fearless in coverage. That's a nightmare scenario for opposing QBs. If they even manage to throw it past the corners, they still have to deal with Brandon Jones and Talanoa Hufanga lurking over the top. This unit isn't just good, they're deep, they're physical, and they can fly. The no-fly zone 2.0? It's not just a dream anymore, it's forming right in front of our eyes. Now let's talk about those breakout candidates again, because it's not just Bo Nix and Drew Sanders. Audric Estime is quietly turning heads in training. He's that rare combination of size, vision, and burst. While RJ Harvey brings speed and shiftiness, Estime looks like the guy who could handle the grind, especially near the red zone. But this isn't a solo act. With Payton's system, you're likely to see multiple backs utilized, rotated, and specialized based on game flow and matchup. That keeps legs fresh, defenses guessing, and the offense humming. And this linebacker situation? It's not just a concern, it's a potential Achilles heel. Injuries have ravaged the unit over the past couple years, and even though the talent is there, relying solely on guys recovering from major injuries is a gamble. If Denver wants to avoid deja vu, they need to bring in at least one veteran presence, someone who can rotate, step in when needed, and mentor the younger players. Because as good as this defense looks on paper, one key injury could unravel everything. But let's not end on a downer. There's real energy around this team, hope mixed with expectation. Sean Payton's fingerprints are all over the roster. Every move feels intentional, strategic, and aimed at long-term success. The front office isn't reaching, they're building, carefully and confidently. And if the young core can gel quickly, and if the veterans hold strong, we might just be looking at the most complete Broncos team we've seen in years. So Broncos country, I need to hear from you. What's your take on this new-look roster? Should Denver go all in with their rookies, or keep those veteran pieces like McMillion around for depth and leadership? Hit the comments, and don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more updates, and stay tuned. We've got more exclusive Broncos coverage coming your way. Go Broncos! Let's ride to that Super Bowl. Watch the next video on the screen right now for more deep dives into your favorite team.